issue that Donald Trump fears so much. We offer this question of the land. I don't know what Donald Trump has to do with South African land, because he's never been here. And he must keep his America, we will keep our South Africa. That is what he must do. South Africa is our land. South Africa belongs to all the people who live here in South Africa. It does not belong to Donald Trump. He can keep his America.
What?
And Ene is even worse. He's even worse. When I meet him, I will tell him.
Oh, right.
I will say, you,
Okay.
Donald Trump, you are even worse, because your forebears came to America. They found the native, the indigenous Americans. They wiped them out. They killed nearly all of them. Rine, we are living as a nation, and black and white, we are going to find solutions for our land question. So Donald Trump must leave us alone. He must leave us alone, Maori. When we were facing apartheid, when we were facing oppression, he was not here. He did not fight side by side with us. And we were able, on our own,
Oh my God.
yes, with support of progressive forces in the world, to resolve the apartheid question. As far as I recall, Donald Trump was not around the negotiating table when we negotiated the end of apartheid. So stick around there in the White House. We will do our business here, and we will find solutions for our problem. So stay out of our issues, and we will not get involved in your issues in America. You will have your own problems. Leave us alone.
Okay, so what I want to do, I want to find out how much funding does the U.S. send to South Africa? Let's find this out real quick. How much funding does the USA send to South Africa in AIDS? Okay, let's be more specific. How much funding does the U.S. send to South Africa, or how much funding did the U.S. send to South Africa? Let's say 2021. Let's find out. I really want to know this, because this guy's talking a big game, right? Okay, let's click on CNN, which I don't even like, but let's see what they got. Search $. Okay. According to the U.S. Foreign Assistance website, the country said it would send nearly $440 million in assistance to South Africa in 2023, including, can you see this? Including more than $270 million just from the Agency for International Development, USAID. Obviously, we hear the debacle with USAID, right? But this guy is talking a big game. What is this? I'm trying not to curse at this guy. He's a president. Let's give him the respect he deserves. But this guy is talking a big game to the United States when he receives approximately, let's calculate it, 440, 270, that's $710 million approximately. $710 million in assistance from the USA. First of all, we know that most of this money is now used to develop South Africa. Most of this money is split into the pockets of nonprofits, et cetera, and politicians, including himself. But he has the guts. He has the audacity to talk a big game against Trump, because he's people who suffered apartheid back in the day, where there was some kind of civil war between white and blacks. Now his people are tormenting and persecuting white folks who own lands in South Africa. And Trump came out to say that he does not support that and he's suspending every funding to them. But this guy here is talking the big game. But what's making me laugh right now is because let's see him backtrack a little bit, because I just saw the video and I wanted to react to it.
Donald Trump must leave us alone. He must leave us alone, Kaori.
You said that you were going to cut aid from South Africa. Will you plan to cut aid across other African nations, and why South Africa?
No, it's only South Africa.
We are committed to having a good relationship with the United States, and we do relate to them in a number of ways. And what has ensued now with the Secretary of State.
You guys heard that, right? So this guy, okay, I'm gonna say this, that so many people won't say it, especially Africans, because I'm originally African. I'm Nigerian, and then I'm nationalized in the United States. Hey, let me just say right now, my devotion is to the United States of America. We did an oath when we took our citizenship test that our allegiance is to the United States. I took it personal. I took it seriously. My allegiance first is to the United States of America. I'm American. I'm not gonna die for Niger. I'm not gonna die for Nigeria. I respect Nigeria as my ancestral history. What's the word? My ancestral homeland, I guess, is the better, for lack of better terms, right? I'm Igbo. I respect all that, but my allegiance is to the United States. I love America, period. America first, because I'm American now. So that being said, I do know a little bit about my people, right? This is so embarrassing for me to say this, but most people that are honest would tell you the truth, and most people that are proud about it would not. Africa is a mess, bro. Africa is a mess. And if you think about it, logically speaking, most of the most developed nations, if not all of them, are white nations. Why are we hating on white people? Because of supposed slavery. Back in the day, slavery was done. Until this day, slavery is still done. Even in Africa, bro. If you go to Africa right now, our people are still enslaving us. Black people are still enslaving black people. But we're here hating on white people when we can't even fix, just like the Bible says that you're trying to take away something out of your brother's eye, but you have a plank in your own eyes. That's exactly what Africa is. And besides that, the enormity of bloodshed that is unaccounted for on the African soil is beyond words. Just the other day, 70 Christians were beheaded. I believe it was in Congo. Imagine the innocent lives that are shed on the land and is not being accounted for. And you think Africa is going to develop? The mindset we have is beyond words. So I'm not dying for Niger or Nigeria or Africa. I want my lineage to rest on what is authentic. I'm not saying white is authentic. What we're resting on is Jesus. And Jesus is not African. Jesus is not white. Jesus is not Asian. When he was on earth, he was Israeli, but he's God. He's God. He's God of everybody who accepts him, of course. He's God of the white, black, Asian, Hispanic, Latino, name it. He's what I want my lineage to rest on. But let's not ignore the fact that Africa as a continent is a mess. When they go to United Nations meetings, Africa is usually the last continent, or the countries in Africa are usually last to speak because they have nothing substantial to offer. Every other leader walks out of the room, and this is not an exaggeration. So him talking a big game about Africa, bro, chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. You know, when they hit your purse, you calm down. Just like you just showed us, you calm down. Now what? Say something, bro. It's embarrassing when you hit the purse. And this happens all over the world, not just in Africa. When you hit the purse, people start calming down, right? So him talking a big game, still while ignoring the mess in Africa. This is how, I want to say, stupid some of these African leaders are. That they want to unite the whole Africa because they want to fight against the white man or whatever. Nonsense is not going to work. Life is spiritual. Don't you understand? Don't you understand that life is spiritual? It's not by he who has the most army, the most horses, the most manpower that wins. If we go by that, China would win in the trade war we have right now. Technology, manufacturing. So, to a point, America is dependent on China, but China is still not the world power that America is. So there is a spiritual element to it. So if you like, unite all the African nations together, it's still not going to make Africa better. Because there is a mindset that is not letting a breakthrough in the land. There are a lot of Christians in Africa. There are a lot of Christians in Africa, I believe even more than anywhere else in the world. So why isn't Africa getting better? Because of the mindset that hinders it. You talk to someone, they'll tell you my ancestors did this, therefore we're going to do it. They don't want to change, bro. So I'm not dying for Africa, bro. I'm American now, period. And being American, I'm going to tell you the truth, right? There is a covenant in this country. America is preserved by the covenant of grace and the covenant of sacrifice. A lot of blood was shed. But the thing about the blood shed in America versus the blood shed in Africa is most of it are not innocent blood. The ones that were innocent blood, most of it are accounted for. In other words, there were repercussions that was made right for those innocent blood that was shed. Not saying that there's no innocent blood shed in America, in the United States, there is. But in comparison to Africa, bro, if you kill someone here, there's most likely justice going to happen in America. Not the same where I come from. And I don't want my children to be tied to that cult group mindset. No, I'm not dependent on any culture but Jesus culture. My people are not Igbo people. My people are not Nigerian people. My people are not African people. My people are not American people. My people are Jesus's people, people that love Jesus. But as the Bible said, we have to love our enemies. So I'll love everybody. But it doesn't mean they're my people, right? So this man, I'm ranting out of context, but it's because of this man's arrogance that I have to lay some things. There's so much to even say with this African thing that I'm not saying. I might get attacked, I might not, but there's so much to say wrapped around why Africa is not, prospering. Knowing that Africa has a lot of resources too. We have, think about it. I'm going to say from Nigerian perspective, the land Nigeria is not prospering as it should. It's prospering to a degree, but it's not prospering as it should. But if you take Nigerian people out of Nigeria to somewhere else, they usually prosper. So the problem is not the people per se. The problem is the land. It's not really the people that is a problem. If you separate the land from the people, you can identify what the problem is. The land is being soiled with innocent blood that are crying out for justice. Therefore, prosperity cannot flourish in this land. But the people, when they leave the land to another land that doesn't have the same problem, they prosper. Just like God told Abraham to move. There is a reason he is God, right? He can make him prosper anywhere he is. But no, he wants to set up an example, a principle. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you need to move from the land to flourish because the land is soiled. Let's check out this scripture. Heal the land, Bible verse. Okay, Second Chronicles chapter 7. Check this out. Second Chronicles chapter 7 verse 14 says, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and forgive their sins and what? Heal their land. Why didn't it end at and forgive their sins? It's because healing of the land is necessary for prosperity, for peace, a lot of things to reign, right? You have to understand that principle. So I'm sorry I had to rant all over the place, but yeah, I could keep going. But yeah, thank you for watching. Just if you haven't subscribed, please like, share, subscribe. Comment below if you disagree with me. That's okay. Say your mind. Bash me for being a sellout. Whatever is fine. If you agree with me, feel free to share your mind as well. But subscribe, even if you're a hater. That's cool with me. But yeah, this is the Akudo Experience. My name is Great Akudo. Have a fantastic day.